Hello, everybody. My name is CoreyAction, and this is my review slash discussion of The Flash Season 6, Episode 19. I think the name of the episode was Success is a Shore or something like that. I just got through finished watching The Flash, actually. So, before I begin, first and foremost, spoiler alert. Uh, Number two, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there's any videos you would like for me to react to, just comment down below with the link to the video. Spoiler alert, once again, in case you guys happens to skim through the video, or I guess you guys don't really care about the show enough to watch it, don't really care about being spoiled. But anyways, um, first and foremost, let me just tell you how I feel about the season overall. Season 6 of The Flash was pretty good. A lot of things happening in the a lot of things happened in the season 6. We was able to get Crisis. We was able to first of all, season 6 started off with a banger, but we was able to get Crisis. Uh, we was able to get Godspeed in season 6, so that's another thing that I like. Um, the suspense is killing me, which makes the show good when it leads you off to a cliffhanger. As much as a lot of people and a lot of fans don't really like cliffhangers, it makes the show greater when you are when you're ex when you're when you are being left off as a cliffhanger. When someone just leave you hanging, you don't know what's gonna happen, or the suspense is killing you. It just makes it even better because you just can't wait until you watch for more. So that makes the show even better. And in fact, uh, the fact of the matter is, Iris is still trapped in the mirror, but she was able to find out Singh's location, but then she disappeared. So, and then it's just blacked out to be continued. And we don't even know when season 7 is going to happen. We don't know if it's going to. I mean, I feel like it would take place in it'll probably take place late November. Maybe either late November or I don't know. But you know something? I don't want to make it seem like it's a good thing. I'm not really trying to make it seem like it's a good thing, but because of the coronavirus, because everything was aired out, because the season was shortened by a few episodes, they should take advantage of that. If I was them, I would not rush the season 7 at all. I wouldn't rush it for anything. I don't want them to make a little bit of an oopsie. I don't want them to rush something or rush a plot to where they have a plot hole and now they have to figure out, well, how are we going to cover this in order for it to make sense. No, do not rush season 7. As much as we have been left hanging, do not rush anything. Even if they have an idea, even if the writers have an idea of what season 7 is going to be about, and obviously it's going to be to be continued, so it's going to pretty much be left off. uh, Barry, his confidence is out after Caitlin gave him that pep talk, and I like how, and we all know the true reason why Caitlin is leaving. It's I don't, I mean, we get the set fact that something is psychologically going on between Caitlin and Killer Frost, but Danielle Panabaker is having a baby, so we don't know how long or when the next time we're ever going to see her, but it felt like it was a farewell, but it's not so much because she even said so herself. She'll be back. We just don't know when, but we know that she'll be back soon enough. It won't feel it won't feel the same way, but at the same time, the episodes and the season is focusing off. It's not really focusing on her. So as much as someone would easily can say, oh, this season or this episode or this show won't feel the same way around her without her, at the same time, she's not really the main focus. She was like the side story. You know how like when you play a video game, there's a main story and then there's like a side mission. She was pretty much a side mission, except yeah, pretty much. So also, what's his name? Carver, he died. The wife actually successfully killed her husband. So that's something. Um, what else? throughout the season, I was very annoyed over Allegra and Nash. The fact that they can't even get along, and Nash, I mean, you obviously can tell his attitude changed overall ever since his situation, the crisis, how he even how what he did in crisis, of him being pariah and everything. But it's not the fact that it was the idea that Allegra was not giving him that chance, and it was like a father and daughter moment. Ironically enough, because that's actually his daughter's doppelganger. So, but I find it to be reassuring because even though at the very beginning it was a rocky start, and every time when Nash tries to help her or whenever Nash tries to talk to her, she just gives him the cold shoulder. And it wasn't until it's so ironic something like that happens. It's like whenever a character that we're watching always going through something, always takes towards the end of the episode or towards the end of the season for them to finally resolve whatever issue they have. And honestly, I cannot really remember the issue. I don't really remember why Allegra was even mad at Nash or why she's giving him the cold shoulder. I mean, everybody else seemed to get it was a bygone be. Everybody seems to was able to let bygones be bygones, but her it was just like it was so annoying. But I'm glad that they was able to interact like normal characters. Um, it was good to see Joe again. I thought that he was not going to appear at all for the rest of the season, but we was able to see him one last time towards the end of the episode, so that was good. Um, it was a good. I know a lot of people are most likely going to be disappointed uh, with the fight scenes and everything. Considered that it's the season finale, and being that it's the season finale and everything, oh, we expect the CGI to be on point. We expect the fighting to be on point, but be have an open mind that the circumstances that the CW is in at the moment, in fact, everybody else is in, that they're not going to really be able to pull off that huge CGI where everything goes off so smoothly. Because every season's finale always have that perfect CGI, has a perfect matchup. Everything was just perfect. And I'm not saying that season 6 wasn't perfect, because it was good. For a season finale, it was good. I personally have nothing to complain about. There's always people that complains about something. They nitpick it, they're never satisfied. And when the CW writers or whether the CW show themselves, whenever they see it and they say, okay, they complain about this, so let's fix it. They still complain about it. It's like they're never happy, they're never satisfied of what they have or what they see. There's always something. The reason why the rating goes up so much is because despite the haters hating, they watch the show. They watch the show. So you know what? I finally understand the expression that people feed on hate. They feed on it. But at the same time, I wouldn't go as far as saying the CW feeding on the hate, but it's very appealing. It's like every time, because I'm on Instagram and I followed the CW account, I followed the Flash account, even Twitter. I did this the Flash writers account, whatever you want to call it. You'll see the toxicity more in Instagram comments more than in Twitter. But maybe I missed it. I'm not on Twitter as much. I'm more on Instagram than Twitter. But my point being is that it bothers me, but at the same time, it doesn't really bother me as much, because at the end of the day, I'm just nothing more but a fan of the Flash that's just gonna watch the show regularly every week. But it's just like you're finally going to talk. It's like it's the people that hates on it just ruins it altogether, because when the Flash gets canceled, or when something happens to the Flash to the point where they can't air any more episodes until further notice, or they can't air any more episodes, period, they're gonna be like, they're gonna feel bad. But at the same time, there's gonna be the same people that was hating, and there's gonna be the same people that was hating that's gonna end up saying, I'm gonna miss the show. You're the same person. You just joining the bandwagon. You're not even giving the show a chance. I don't even understand the point of people watching TV if they're just not gonna even give it a chance. They watch one episode of a TV show. You can name any TV show that would appear to be boring, and they'll only watch one episode, and then they just stop watching it. Simply because it's boring. They expect that, oh, because this is a series and one episode was supposed to be it's supposed to be action packed. And for the most part, that may be true, but not every show is going to be like that. In fact, I find it that episode one, season one of The Flash was action packed. It was able to grab my attention to watch more. And even if episode one wasn't so much as an action pack, the Flash is one of my favorite DC heroes. So naturally, because I like DC and I like the Flash as a character, I'm going to watch episode two, and I'm going to be riding along with the Flash until the very end. But not everybody's like that. They bandwagon based off other people's opinion, and that's honestly that's just messed up. I can go on and on about it honestly, but other than that, this episode was pretty. I like the episode. I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. What else? Let's talk about the fact that what's her name? What's her name? What is her name? She's the villain, but not so much as a villain. I mean, everybody's gonna say that. Some people's gonna say that she is a villain. Other people is not gonna say that she is a villain, but she might as well be the villain. I forgot her name, but she's the one that grabbed Iris into the Mirrorverse to begin with. What is her name? I'm always forgetting. You know what? This is the second time that I'm recording and I forget the person's name, and now I'm going to have to search up that person. It's just going to be like, what the heck? But yeah, she framed. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. She framed that chick. Why is it that I cannot remember? But you know who I'm talking about. I'm not able to pull it up at that very moment, but you know who I'm talking about. She framed her for murder of her husband when the reality is that she was the one that killed Harvey. She was the one that killed Carver. But you know, it's a to be continue again. Uh, we didn't get Godspeed this episode, and honestly, I'm not. There's no really. It's not. I don't have a thorough complaint about that. I'm not saying as if we need to have Godspeed every single episode. They focused. They focused it more on the episode, and I'm glad that they didn't pull it off as a like a filler episode where it doesn't really focus on the story mode, on the story line. Because if they did that and it's a season finale, then that's a problem right there. And I, of all people, me, as much as I don't really look for things to complain about, as much as I don't really nitpick, that's something I would have to really complain about. Like, why would you use a filler for the season finale? Why would you put a filler on a season finale? That wouldn't even be a cliffhanger. Even if the post credits, no, don't, no. Today's episode was good. There was no filler, nothing uninteresting. Every single plot, every single thing that happened in the episode was interesting, and it had a purpose. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it on that part. I cannot really think of anything else. I don't know when the Flash is going to I don't know when the Flash is going to get his powers back. I mean, he still has his powers, but it's not there. Like, he's only able to do so much. At this point, he's not even able to catch a bullet. The bullet may end up hitting him before he even reacts. So, the fact that Barry took a shards of mirror for Carver, but then the mirror went through the Flash and ended up killing Carver. That was good. That was good enough. I honestly thought when she weaponed down for a second before she even killed her husband, I honestly thought that she was gonna have a heart-to-heart moment with her husband, but that's too good to be true right there. What else? So the real Singh is in a hospital. Iris saw, so obviously that's gonna take place in season 7. So yeah, but out of a rating from a scale of 1 through 10 of season 6, episode 19 of The Flash, I have to give it. And right at the moment, this is me with an open mind. This is I'm giving it between like a 8.5/9. Like it's between like a 8.8 and a half and 9. So yeah, but other than that, I actually enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed season 6, and just like every episode of The Flash, every season starts off with a banger. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Of course, everybody's gonna feel their opinion towards the episode and towards the season overall. They're gonna feel more strong about it. But other than that, I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the episode. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. Usually I would go on 30 minutes about it, 30 minutes about the episode, but as much as I felt like, as much as it would appear that nothing much happened in the episode, but consider that this is a season finale, a lot of things happen. Now think of this real quick: if the coronavirus wasn't here, the episode would have lasted up to what, 22, 23 episodes. I think a lot of things would have happened. Like the same. Okay, whatever happened. Let's say this wasn't the season finale. Let's say episode 19 wasn't the season finale, and episode 20 or 21 would have been the season finale. That would have gave Barry and the other Flash crew. That would have gave them enough time to not only figure out a way to get Iris out of the Mirrorverse, but I think the last episode, I think like the last episode, like episode 21 or episode 22. So I can visualize it, but I won't be able to get it all straightened out. I'm just putting an idea out there. If episode 19, if this episode wasn't the season finale and episode 21 was the season finale, then episode 20, it would have been all focused on how they would sort out how they would get Iris out of the mirror. Iris, Camilla, and Singh out of the mirror. It would have been like a side. We wouldn't get Caitlin. Caitlin is gone. She's not gonna come back until season 7, so we won't get any of her. They'll mention her name, but we wouldn't get any of her. What else? They will focus more on Ralph. It would be like a Ralph and the other girl name. They would focus on how they would be able to protect her, because pretty much she is wanted. She is being framed for murder, and even though she attempted to do it, she didn't at the end. So that episode would have been focused on mainly of how to get that out, get the rest of the people out of the Mirrorverse, and we'll be focused on that. We didn't get Cisco in the season finale for the first time. This is the first time, as far as I don't really remember, but this is actually the first time in The Flash where we have a season finale where Cisco wasn't in it. That I noticed. We got Caitlin, but we didn't get Cisco. So, but yeah, Cisco would have played a huge part of it. He would have played a huge role on it. That is because he and Barry would be the brains. And I'm not saying everybody's dumb, but at the same time, you got Cisco, you got Barry, and you got Nash. Those three people alone is apparently not enough, but alone those three people are smart. And I'm not forgetting about Ralph or West. I mean Joe West or Sincere. Or Allegra. I'm not forgetting about them, but they're geniuses. So putting all that brain power, give them more ideas. That would have worked too to help to get the people that's in the mirror out. So that would have been focused on that. And then we would probably get like a Godspeed interference, maybe, or maybe we'll get some sort of like a scene where Godspeed, the real Godspeed, but they won't show his how he looks like, but they'll just show his actual Godspeed. That would have been good too. And and that's just only episode 20. In episode 20, towards the end of the episode, we Iris figures out a way to get out of the Mirrorverse. But so did Barry and his crew. In the meanwhile, that mirror chick is planning. She's planning something. I mean, although she has every intention just to become the CEO of whatever company, a Black Hole or whatever the company. I don't think the name of the company is Black Hole originally. I think it was something else. But the point being is she's planning. She's probably planning something. Whatever she's planning, it could be anything, honestly. Just throw it out there. And that would have been episode 20 right there. Then 21 would have been the season finale. Or maybe if they want to go as far as putting it as a filler, fine. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend it. I mean, I think we've done enough fillers for this season. And honestly, I can't really remember a filler episode for this season. I don't know. I would have to look it up in my spare time. But episode 22, episode 21 would have been like the season finale. If not the season finale, pretty much like the episode, a pre-season finale, like the episode before it. But I feel like 21 would have been the perfect season finale because you get Iris out of the Mirrorverse, you get Camilla out of the Mirrorverse, you would get Sing out of the Mirrorverse. And then I don't know how they're going to take it from there. In fact, in season 7, eventually Iris is going to come out of the Mirrorverse one way or another. Something may happen to her mind because they hinted it. They didn't even hint it. They straight out said it. Even Carver, before he died, straight out said it, that it messes up your mind in the mirror for being in there for too long, and then eventually Iris won't be the same or something like that. But of course, being that this is the Flash, they're gonna find a way to where they can reverse it, or they're gonna find a way to where, okay, Iris is normal, even though she experienced a side effect in the Mirrorverse. Oh, she's normal. And even if she's not normal, like I said, it wouldn't last. Whatever is going on in Iris' mind in the Mirrorverse is not going to last when she escapes the Mirrorverse. So, but like I said, the season finale, the person who got framed, she's set off free. They actually found the real murderer, which was her. She gets arrested or whatever. The Flash do whatever he does, and then before the end of the episode, before the end of the season, Barry finds a solution. Barry finds a way to get his speed, or maybe we'll get like some sort of a what do you call it? A Godspeed episode. Not even a Godspeed episode, but Godspeed is in that episode. That would have been something else. I was thinking of the Reverse Flash being in the season finale, but at the same time, now you got like 2 speedsters, 3 speedsters actually. I'm not going to include the Flash. He's already, come on. But yeah, you will have Godspeed and the Reverse Flash, and I think that would be a bit too much. I mean, it was already good as it is when season 5 in the 100th episode they was travel back through time. Every single event that happened from the particle accelerator, from the particle accelerator all the way up to the present. So that was good enough, but that was only for the 100th episode. So they had to do something. But long story short, Godspeed. Maybe Godspeed is the answer of giving Barry his speed. Maybe same way. I mean, because I'm recalling now in season 6. I mean, during the crisis, the Flash from Earth 90, before he vanished, he said he was taking Barry's speed, but not completely away. He said something about this is something that you learn later on, or something like that. maybe Barry learns how to take speed and he takes like Godspeed's speeds. I said that. It's try saying that 3 times fast, but like he takes partial like at least 25% of Godspeed. Consider that Godspeed already has enough speed, and he gets his speed back or something. I don't know. It was already good. No, not either that or because he already tried. Him and Cisco was already building an artificial speed force, a speed force that's better than the original speed force. So that's something too. But like I said, it can go both ways if episode 21 was recorded, and it probably was recorded. Whatever was recorded, not going to air. They shortened the episode, they shortened the season. So whatever was going to be in those 3 episodes, they're most likely going to put that in season 7. But I don't know I don't know how that's going to work. I'm anxious. I'm very anxious. I wonder. I look forward to what they're going to do in season 7, and I'll be there watching episode 1. I don't know when it's going to air. I do not know when, but when it airs, when it comes on, I'll be there to watch it. And if I miss it, then I'll make a reaction or some sort. Start off season 7. Hopefully season 7 will start off strong. I'm not like all other seasons of the Flash. They always start off strong. I can't really remember the last time where the Flash comes on with a new season and it didn't even come off strong. Season 1 came off strong. Barry was struck by freaking lightning. Hello, the origin of the Flash right there. Season 2, that's sort of strong. It was pretty much like a resuming from happening in season 1. Barry saved Firestorm, but not Rodney, but Professor Stein. All of that crap. Zoom came into the picture. That was season 2 happens to be my favorite episode, my favorite season, hands down. No one can never say, no one, and I mean no one, can ever say that there's a season that's better than season 2. Season 2 will always be number 1. You can either say season 1 is better than season 2 or season 2 is better than season 1. No one can never say season 3, 4, or 5 is better than season 2. A lot of OMG stuff happened in season 3, season 4, and season 5, and even in season 6. But you can never say that. That's my opinion. I don't want to make it seem like it's a fact. I actually did make it sound like it's a fact, but it might as well be. Like I'm serious. Season 2 is one of the best, if not the best season of the Flash, hands down. Period. But yeah, season 3 we was able to get Savitar, Flashpoint. That changed the whole Arrowverse too. It did because of Flashpoint. Originally, John had a daughter. Now he had a son, and they stick to it. The continuity was so great in season 3 and season 4 or 5 of Arrow because it stick to it ever since. Season 4, we was able to get the Thinker, Clifford DeVoe, and we was able to get Crisis. It wasn't Crisis on Earth X. No. I was thinking of Elseworld, but that was in season 5. Yeah. That start off strong, and then there's the same woman, Nora. She's from the future, and she happens to be Barry and Iris' daughter. That was best. That was good right there. Season 5. Season 5 start off where it left off. Her being Barry and Iris' daughter. I honestly thought that it was gonna be Dawn, but Nora works too. And then we was able to get that moment where she was working with the Reverse Flash, but just trying to help. It was crazy, but it was so good. And then we was able to get that 100 episode. There's so many things to talk about in each season. And then we was able to get season 6, where Crisis happened, where we was to get Blood. What's his name? Bloodworth, or I was saying Bloodlust, whichever. Gordon Ramsay, or is it David? No, Gordon Ramsay. I was saying David Ramsay, but he's an actor that plays Diggle. There's so many things that you can talk about in every single season, but I'm saying that season 2 was my favorite. Not only because of Zoom, it was just something about that season to where it was good. Season 2, Here's my ratings. I don't think I ever said this. Ever since I've been making reviews of the Flash, I don't think I ever say this. I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's watching this for so long, but this is my rate. This is like my like a level. This is my rating. Season 2, season 1, season season. I say season 2, season 1. I'm gonna push it towards season 3. I'm gonna say season. All right, let me not hesitate this time. Season 2, season 1, season 4, season 5, and season 3. That's my order right there. And the reason why I put season 3 is last because there was a lot of things I would put season 5 at the end because season 5 wasn't really my favorite. Although a lot of stuff happened in season 5, it was just so annoying how Cicada keep on fleeing and fleeing and fleeing. Oh, we get a future Cicada, a Cicada from the future that happens to be the younger Grace. It was a plot. Like, what are the odds? But it was so ignorant. It was so annoying. But season 4 was annoying too because Clifford DeVoe. Oh man, Clifford DeVoe. You can go either. I could go either way with this. Honestly, I could reverse it. I could either say season 5 before season 4 or season 4 before season 5. But yeah, season 7 is going to have Godspeed, and whichever works, that'll be good enough. And I heard Grant Gustin saying how he's not leaving the show, which why would he? Honestly, he plans on sticking to it towards the end. Honestly, I feel like The Flash, if they do it right, The Flash can have up to 9 to 10 seasons. I'm serious. The Flash has the potential of lasting between 9 to 10 seasons. It has so much potential. You guys can hate all you want, but it will never change the fact that The Flash is the top rating shows on the CW. Originally was Arrow, but Arrow series ended after season 8. Now you got The Flash. So you got The Flash, you got DC Legends, you got Batwoman, which I never intended on watching. You got Supergirl. I mean, I don't even watch Supergirl. I only watched season 1 of Supergirl. I only watch Supergirl if there was a crossover, like in season was it season 2 or season 3 of Supergirl. I watched one specific episode where Barry traveled. Remember in season 2? I forgot which episode. Season 2, I think it was episode 15 or 17, somewhere around there. Barry used a device on his chest. I don't want to lean it towards it being a velocity 9, but he placed on his chest so that he could become faster than Zoom temporary. But when he said he could go faster, when he went through that breach, he was going to a different Earth, which was Supergirl's Earth, around the time before the whole crisis happened. But yeah, so I don't watch Supergirl, and I don't watch Supergirl to the point where I don't even know how good the ratings is for the show. I don't know if people like it, dislike it. I don't know. But the fact that up to this day they still kicking the gear, the fact that they're still making episodes seems to me that they're doing good. I don't have any intentions of watching Batwoman. I never even watched one episode of Batwoman. I have no intentions. Now, if it was Batman, then yes. But then they had to figure out who will play Batman. Who will play Batman? Who would be a good cast that will play Batman? They can't screw Batman up. That's like the one character you just can't screw up. There's no second chances. There's no recasting. If you're gonna pick Batman, you gotta pick a good person who can play Batman. Superman is there's so many Supermans. Really, there's so many Supermans. Like they can probably do whatever they want with the cast, with the actor of Superman. But Batman, I feel like it's one of those characters where you just cannot mess up. And if they mess it up, they're gonna have to explain to the people who watches it, like, you can't mess up Batman. That's like an exception. Same way you can't really mess up the Flash either. No, Grant Gustin he plays the Flash perfectly. Ezra Miller plays the Flash perfectly on the big screen, but they messed up his character on the big screen of the Flash. Yes, it's true that Ezra Miller played the good Flash, even though, uh, even though the character as the Flash, Barry Allen, he's an awkward teenager, or not even a teenager. He's an awkward adult. He doesn't really have friends. He doesn't really know how to talk to people and such forth. But there's still debate going on as if to who's the better Flash. I'm going to always say Grant Gustin. I'm always going to say that. If anybody asks me any day who plays the better Flash, the movie or the TV show, I'm always going to say the TV show. Even if the Flash step up his game on the big screen, and there's supposed to be a movie called Flashpoint or The Flash on the big screen between this year or the next, I want to watch that. But it seems to me that when it comes to DC movies, especially the Batman versus Superman, it was good, but it was so many things that they could have done that made it even better. So that was like the show. That was the show what a waste. And then they pull off that Justice League. What a waste. What a waste of time. The only good scene that happened in Justice League was when they had a brief moment of the Flash versus Superman. But other than that, let's talk about the CGI Superman's lips. God, all because the actor that plays Superman, Henry Cavill, I think that's his name. He was in another movie, Mission Impossible, and he had a beard, a mustache and a beard, and he couldn't shave that off because, see, this is what happens when you can't. This is what happens when you play in two movies. One requires you to have a beard, and the other requires you not to have a beard. So they had to CGI it. That was weird. I didn't really focus on the lips either, but it was not until I was rewatching scenes, and then I had to pause it for a second. I was watching like a scene, and I had to pause it for a second because I noticed something weird with his mouth. I paused it and I leaned closer. I was like, bro, I wasted my money for this. But at the same time, yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, they cannot. If they ever, Batman is one of those characters where it would be almost impossible, if not impossible, to put on a TV show. It would be impossible. Batwoman, they can get away with that easily, but Batman, I don't know. I mean, Batman was technically in the crisis, but he didn't really play a bigger role. He was just there for the aftermatch. But the person who played that Batman, he's the same actor that who he voiced over the Batman from Justice League, the animated series, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Either the Justice League or I think Young Justice, I don't know, but you can tell by his voice. Like, come on, you gotta really listen. And not to mention, if you just search up Justice League cast or actor who plays after this character, two and two together. But yeah. But that's pretty much about it right there. I think I said my piece. Season 6 of The Flash was good. I liked it. So another thing too, a lot of people tend to forget about what happened during season 6. I mean, yes, I know that The Flash took its very long break. In fact, I think that was the longest break, even though it's been about 3 to 4 weeks, if not 5 weeks since The Flash aired. It's been a long time, ever since the whole pandemic and everything. But I literally had to watch like at least 2 episodes for me to know or to expect what's gonna happen in the next episode. If I'm not mistaken, I think episode 16 was when they returned. I had to watch episode 14 and 15 for me to know what's going on. So, yeah. So that's about it. That's about it on that part. Because I saw the reason why I had to say that is because a lot of people was being very ignorant. They didn't know any better. They was so foolish But everybody has their foolish, ignorant, naive moments. Everybody has it. So I can't go as far as coming at their lives because of that. But at the same time, they could have answered their own question if you just watched it. They figured that it would be better if a person just tells them, "Oh, what happened?" Some say that, "Oh, this season sucks." Okay, don't make. See, the thing is, when people say that, here's the thing though, too. Before I end this video, I'm not too sure who's watching. 40 minutes, dang. But still, I don't know who's watching. But here's the thing about that, and keep this in mind too. Let's put this scenario out there. And it doesn't have to really affect everyone, but it just comes to show that it can affect a person. It can affect a person when it comes to watching a show or a movie. Perfect example, Captain Marvel. I personally like Captain Marvel. The show, the plot was good. How they added it up to a end game, that was perfect. How they wrapped up the after effect, how they wrapped everything up during the post-screen set, post-scene, post-credits of Infinity War, that was perfect. But a lot of people allowed what the actress Brie Larson did. Oh wow, it's been so long I don't even care what she did. I don't even know what she did. But regardless of that, she did something. She said something, and not everybody liked it. In fact, I don't think anybody liked what she said. And they gave the ratings a 0 because of that. But they did not give the movie a chance. They didn't even watch the movie. They just said, "Oh, Brie Larson's in it. I don't like it. Give it a thumbs down." No, it really shouldn't be like that. Separate the actress from the movie. She's playing the movie. It's not. People are just so foolish. Honestly, it gets to me sometimes. And here's another thing that gets me. I don't like the fact that people end up saying, "Oh, this movie is whack. Oh, don't bother watching. Don't bother spending your money on it." When a person says that, I don't get upset, but it just comes to show that you just downshotted a person's opportunity of watching a movie. And it's also bad for business. Not your business, but the person who made the movie's business. "Oh, Captain Marvel was bad. Don't watch it." Why was it bad? Tell me why it was bad. You say it's bad, but you can't even give me an explanation of why it's bad. Tell me why Captain Marvel was bad. Tell me why season 6 of The Flash is bad. Oh, maybe because you forgot or you was forgetting of what happened during season 6. Maybe you need to watch the whole season again for you to understand. Oh, season 6 was Flash because Iris did this. You do realize that Iris is not even the real Iris. That was the Mirrorverse Iris. And a lot of ignorant people keep on coming after the actress, Candace Patton. Like, why you guys are coming? If you want to come after a person, come after the writers. The actors and the actress are only doing what the writers tell them to do. They're only acting out solely based on what's on paper. And they want to come after the actors, like as if they have any control of what's going on. Oh, Barry always complains about, that's actually something to complain about. Barry always complaining about him not being fast enough. And it's true. In this season, he has every right to be complaining. Like, his speed is decreasing. His speed is decreasing. But every season, if I had a nickel, well, that would be like 5, 10, 50. I only have like 30 cents in my wallet because he always complains every season about him not being fast enough. There's always someone or something that prevents him from being fast. Or there's always something that's making him so slow to where he said, "Oh, I'm not fast enough." But yeah, I don't like the idea that people they just complain so much. It's up to the point where now I'm complaining about how other people complain. It shouldn't even be. I'm not saying that, honestly. It's pointless to this point. It's pointless to this point because there's, no matter what show you watch, no matter what you do, no matter where you are at, there's always people gonna always find a way to complain. They're always gonna find a reason to complain because it's not for their liking. They don't like this, so they complain about it. And as soon as whatever they didn't like, as soon as they change it, they still complain about it. Like, they can never be satisfied for how it is. They're never satisfied. They always complain. Always. Perhaps someone's gonna flip that card and say, "Oh, well, here you are complaining about how we complain about it. It seems like you're complaining too." Yes, I'm complaining for a good reason. You're complaining because you listen. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna end the video here because I really have nothing else better to talk about other than the fact that season 6 was a good season. So I'm gonna end it here. Um, Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if there's any videos you would like for me to react to, just comment down below with the link to the video. And you guys are true fans, despite me only having 1,000+ subscribers. But whoever watched this 45-minute video, I had to give you credit when credit is due. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.